the choice is somewhat insignificant. When I was coaching, my kids would always be like, Coach, where should I go to college? Because this was like this massive choice that they had to make in their life. I would always say to them, hold on, the college doesn't matter. The college is just a pile of bricks and glass and people. Wherever you go, you make it successful.
Is there a question or a frame that you make every choice from? Because it's beautiful, right? To be present and be like, I'm getting that carton of milk and I'm present with it. I'm driving and I'm like enjoying it, right? That is amazing. But in life, we got these big choices sometimes, or big, maybe from the spoon's perspective, we got choices to make. Do you have a filter that you put on that makes it a little easier to say, I'm going to go this way or I'm going to go that way?
Yeah. So I think the beauty of how I feel is that the choice is somewhat insignificant. And I'll explain more by what I mean by that. So when I was coaching, my kids would always be like, Coach, where should I go to college? They would always ask me, because this was like this massive choice that they had to make in their life. And it would weigh on them in this really unique way. And I would always say to them, hold on, let's operate from the assumption that the college doesn't matter. The college is just a pile of bricks and glass and people. You can make a choice that you think is what's best for you. But if your investment in that choice isn't reflective of what you believe the choice to be, like the choice isn't going to make Evan successful. Evan's going to make himself successful in conjunction with the choice. That's the choice doesn't control your success. And so I had a kid, he was choosing between Harvard and Princeton one time. And he was like, where should I go? I said, first of all, remove the idea like where you would go when you were going to the grocery store and who would come up to you and say, oh, that's really cool because you're wearing your college on your sweatshirt. Choose the school that you feel most comfortable at, and then realize and be empowered by the idea that wherever you go, you make it successful. Whatever it is. If you go to Harvard, great, make it the best choice. If you go to Princeton, whatever it is, great, make it the best choice. Don't look back and say, I should have gone left when I went right. At that point, as soon as you decide to turn right, you just make it your best choice. Why? Because the spoon is not real. So everything that you create as soon as you turn right allows it to be the best choice at that point.
Yeah. That's so cool. And it's like in that situation, right? Harvard or Princeton, let's say you choose Princeton, you go to Princeton. If you're looking back and like beating yourself up, oh, I should have gone to Harvard, you're going to completely miss the opportunity, and you're going to miss the beauty in creating what you can at Princeton. Or if you're like spend a year trying to make that choice and you beat yourself, you just miss your senior year of high school, which could have had so many of these moments. And then maybe you get there and then you're thinking, oh, which profession do I want to get into? And I feel like we can miss our whole lives doing it that way. And that's something I've become so conscious about is, the choice doesn't matter.
Yes.
The choice does not matter. And I've seen that come up in my life a few times where, I'm having these conversations. And I'm like, the choice doesn't matter. It's so empowering.
Right.
Because it's what we make. It's what we make of that choice.
Right. So it goes back to what philosophically for me, like, okay, if I'm a creator, whatever choice I make, I'm creating the best version of that choice. And a lot of times when people live in regret, they're unable to be present. When you're living in a sense of regret, you can never be present because you're always thinking about the past. So how can you ever be present? And if you're not present, then you can't be happy.
Yeah, I saw this study, and whether you're thinking about something in the past or future that's negative or positive, all of those, even if you're thinking of something in the present or past, future or past that's positive, like extremely positive, it does not give you the same level of happiness as just being present. It's so powerful. I feel like we're all, at the end of the day, we're all looking for love and happiness and fulfillment. And we all choose to have that in our lives. And so many times we're looking to the future, and we're looking to the job, we're looking to this, we're looking to the relationship to fill those needs. but let's just go direct to source.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's just
Mhm.
be happy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and let the rest take care of itself, huh?
For sure, man. And so I think why social media has had such a negative impact, particularly on a younger generation, is because of the necessity for validation from outside sources. And it's like, hey, let me post this picture of myself with my ass out or my shirt off, and hopefully a lot of people like it and comment on it and tell me how good I look. Well, like that, once again, like what like how, like we're on a podcast called Fulfilled Being. Like, how fulfilling is that really, right? Like, I mean, that is so temporary, and there's no substance to it at all. And so if it lacks substance, like what is the next hit, right? Like what is because it's an addiction that people are going to have. So what is the next hit? And then how are you then fulfilling that need the next time and the next time and the next time? So then how can you be present? How can you be a great husband? How can you be a great father? Because you don't even have the confidence in yourself, because other people need to validate you. It's impossible.
It's amazing, like what we have going on right now in society, especially with social media. There's a lot of bad that is in it. There's a lot of good, like creation. Like we have this ability to create this podcast because of this technology and be able to give and, spread this message with the world.
Right.
So it's really cool what we take out of it. But this comes back to that concept of creation versus consumption. If there's, I think there's a lot of valuable lessons, but one great lesson here is like, after listening to this, go out and like create something for you, just like, and be present with it and enjoy it. Right. Like after you hear this, even mid interview right now, if you want to scroll off, you're going to have a better time just finishing it right here and going, and you have an idea of something you want to create, do it. Like just go out and create it.
Yeah. Paint it, write it, draw it,
write it, and be there.
It.
Feel the emotion of it.
Yes.
Be there with your kids.
Yes.
Be there with your wife.
Yes.
It's powerful.
Absolutely. For sure.